So I had a chance to play a little bit more with the fonts, and I decided to go with a softer script font. This is actually called Sacramento, and I thought it looked really nice. It was more of a softer, more feminine kind of logo typeface, so I think I'm going to go for it. So I'm playing around with font, and I also love how it looks with this kind of tan gold color. So that also means this kind of block line of text no longer really flows with this. So we're going to play around with this a little bit, and let's make it a little bit smaller and bolder and see what we can do about reducing some of that spacing, make it real tight, and maybe it'll tuck between the two G's, the tails of the G's. And it may be too small, but I kind of like it not being too out there. We want people to see our main logo first. Okay, move this just a tad. Sometimes you got to zoom in to really have a little bit more precision. I know Canva can automatically snaps it into place on a grid, which sometimes can be annoying, but we can work around it. Let's play around with some color options, and I wonder if we can incorporate some of that lighter purple. Ah, that really pops out, doesn't it? This is really starting to come together. It's not perfectly aligned. See, this is a little bit to the left. So it's not perfectly, that's the one thing that bothers me, but I think I can live with it because I like the overall look of it. Let me make this circle. There's almost too much white space where the T is. So I'm just going to reduce that a little bit so it's not too much white. There can be too much white space. Shocking, I know. So now I have to zoom back in so I can have a little bit more precision. This is going to keep snapping. I wish there was an option in Canva to turn that off. Like there is in Adobe Illustrator and Photoshop, you have a lot more. That's just one of the little limitations with Canva. It's not perfect, but you can do things like this very easily. So I'm very happy. Let me kind of reduce the white space a little bit between this element. That was maybe too much. Let me go back. And let me just shift this circle over. And anytime you want more precision, use the arrows on your keypad or on your keyboard, and you can use your arrows to have a little bit more smaller movement of text and objects. I think you could just do it with objects, but not text. Okay, so that's a start. I could play around a little bit more with colors, but I feel very happy about this so far. Let me try, we haven't incorporated any of the green yet. I think green and purple, those are really nice. And let me see if I can change this to the beige color. Not seeing those three going together. Let me do the darker purple. That could be an option, but I think I like the lighter beige for the text, so let's go with that one. So I'm just undoing, going back. I almost think a red. Let's see. Let me do a lighter color. There we go. I think that's it. I think trying to incorporate a green and a purple and the beige, all three of those together, I don't feel like they're jiving. But I do think two of these colors are going really well. And that's really good logo design is when you can do it in 2 colors or less and it still looks good. The less colors, the better. It's cheaper to reproduce on t-shirts and other publications. So less is more. So we have our finished logo, so we can save this document. I'm going to go ahead and save this, and then I'm actually going to make a copy. So I can always be able to recall this file if I ever needed to copy and paste these template colors onto another document. I can if I'm doing a flyer and I want to match these new branded colors. If I ever wanted to copy my logo and apply it to another document, I can open up this document, highlight it all, or actually even better, group them together. It's another one group, and then I can just copy and I can paste it onto another document. So that's why I always make a copy of this. Let's see, delete element, delete group. Okay, so I made a copy. This is going to be my copy. And I can I can delete the color palette. I already have my color palette and logo saved. So now what we're going to do is we're going to delete We no longer need this. We're actually going to be exporting this file so that we can use it. If you have a premium version of Canva, you'll have a little bit more luck than if you have a free version exporting it. Let me just fine tune something real quick. Let me make sure the spacing, any spacing on a script font, make sure it's 0. Because right now I had it a little bit overlapped. See how it kind of breaks up between the characters? We want to make sure the spacing is 0. Whoops, 0. And it should be a nice smooth. Now it's a nice smooth transition between the letters, just a little small thing. So now that I have this document saved, this is our copy. This is what we're going to use to export just our logo. So we're going to go to download. We could download as a PNG, which I recommend. And you're going to go ahead and click on transparent background. If you have a free version of Canva, you will not be able to. So what I do is actually, I would download a PNG anyway, and it's going to save this as a PNG, but without the transparency. So you're going to have this white background behind your logo. And there's actually, and I can show you in the next portion, how you can use another website to be able to remove and punch out that white background. But if you have a free or a paid premium version of Canva, all you have to do is click that simple button and you're done. You export the file, it has a transparent background, you can pop it anywhere. You can also save this as a PDF standard, which is going to be higher resolution. That's probably what you're going to be sending out to people to use your logo. If you have a designer you're working with, you can send that out, or if you're the designer yourself, you can have that file on hand. And so there you have it. This is a little quick tip. If you have a free or non-premium version of Canva, when I go to download my image, I want a transparent background when I select PNG, and of course you don't have that option. So here's the workaround. There's a website called lunapic.com, and you could be able to upload an image. I went ahead and downloaded a PNG that had the white background, and this will help us remove it. Let's go ahead and click on it, and it removed it for us, and then we can save. And then now it'll open. That gray indicates a transparent background. I'm on a Mac, and so I have my background removed. Of course, having a premium version is a lot easier. You just click a box, but if you still have the free version, there's always a workaround.